Oh, they talk to us. How this dating thing? Because it's Mo is different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
Are you trying to say what you trying to say? Mo,
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at me.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me
tell you what my baby need. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon need. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Dang. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks?
Yeah,
because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. So he thought I was going to be scared. Yes, I'm talking. And I know an old gal, she'll be good to you. Her name is Elladora. Now, when you know somebody named Elladora, she's old school. Mm-hmm. Now, Miss Elladora told me to tell you. She said, I think he like red velvet.
Oh, I do.
I say, Miss Elladora, if he do like that, she said, you let him know I got something for him.
Yeah, I like.
And she don't have no teeth. Come on, pick your glass up and clack for me. Come on now, these young gals will bite you. Okay.
Man, what? What the hell? What the helly? What the hell? What the helly? What the LeBron James? Yeah. Like, comment, sub, man. Welcome to Big J TV, man. And if you like that annoying song, it's What the Helly by Rob49. And just really, what the helly, man. like, my thing is, right, if you're gonna crash out, right? If you're gonna crash out, at least crash out on somebody closer to your age who has a lot to lose, right? At least somebody who has a lot to lose, right? It's even biblical. Do not be unequally yoked, right? Like, comment, subscribe as y'all come in, man. Appreciate y'all for coming to Big J TV, man. I appreciate your time. So if you're not in the know, if you're not in the news, what happened today was a flurry of information. I just burped. It is what it is. So the flurry of information started this morning when Tony Busby and the accuser, Gabriela Zuniga, whatever, it is what it is. When Tony Busby released an audio, right, of what Shannon Sharpe allegedly said to her, right? Again, keep in mind, I made a video about this yesterday. This case is about grape. Remove the G. And it's about sexual assault and abuse, right? And the goal for this case, this lawsuit, is $50 million. Again, it's a civil suit, right? And when it comes to a civil suit, it has to be 51% and above. It's not without a reasonable doubt. The goal is money, right? So this happened earlier today, and I'm going to play the audio.
Like, I don't know. Anything I say, you're just going to, like, get mad at, and you're just going to hang up on me, so I feel like...
I'm not going to hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so...
I don't want to be... Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't.
You know what?
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
So that audio came from TMZ. As you can hear, Tony Busby sent it directly to TMZ. So what happened next? Right, a few hours later, Shannon Sharpe himself got a video of himself and put it on Instagram and Twitter. And I'm going to play the video now.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
So as y'all can see, what Shannon did there is a contrived message, right? A message that him and his lawyer told him to do and say, right? And a script that he's reading off a prompter or something like that. The fact remains is Shannon Sharpe, brother, this is looking bad. This is looking very, very bad because quiet as kept, Shannon Sharpe, the reason he was at Fox Sports 1 is because he quietly got fired at CBS for a similar action, right? More specifically, a domestic violence case that he was dealing with and some assault claims from exes of women he was dealing with in the past, right? And these things were quietly swept under the rug, right? But there's been articles about Shannon dating back to, I believe this must have been like 2007 or 8, right? Keep in mind that Unc was on CBS football, right? With Boomer Esiason, James Brown, and I believe some others, Chris Sims, or somebody like that. He had a crew that he was working on. That's why there's this viral Shannon Sharpe meme of him crying, you know what I mean? Because he was at CBS, right? And then he joined the Freak Offs at FS1, you know, the freak show that's happening there with Joy Taylor, who got her job in Curious Circumstances, and Skip Bayless, who's paying $1 million for Coochie. Like, what? I Undisputed After Dark? Holy ish, man. But the fact here remains is that Shannon Sharpe, if these allegations are somewhat true, this is a horrible look. This is borderline fireable, right? This is borderline fireable as an offense. And the thing about Shannon Sharpe is that, you know, he has a lot of advertisers, especially for Nightcap, especially for Club Shay Shay. And part of those advertisers are family-friendly brands, right? Obviously, he has this Shea by Le Portier, his cognac. That's not family-friendly, it's adult beverage. He has a Rose Sparks, who actually kind of fits into this narrative that might actually sell more of that product, right? Rose Sparks is a male enhancement pill. And then he has T-Mobile, the phone company, multi $1 million company. He has other sponsors like I believe DraftKings or some other Prize Picks and all these other advertisers. So these are sports friendly brands. These are brands that are not necessarily aligned with this, right? I don't know all the brands and advertisements he does, but let me tell you something. There are a lot. So this is a horrible look. You know what I mean? Now, within Shannon Sharpe's defense, again, Tony Busby does not have a very clean record, especially with his recent dealings with Jay-Z. Tony Busby has been targeting a lot of rich athletes, specifically black ones. Now, Tony Busby has targeted white ones. He's even dealing with a case with one of Andrew Tate's accusers. But it's curious and it's suspicious that when it comes to big-time cases, with the help of TMZ, by the way, because he sends it directly to TMZ, big-time cases, specifically Diddy, specifically Jay-Z, and specifically Deshaun Watson, this man's name always appears, and it's always for a civil case. Another criminal, it's always civil because his form of justice is getting to the bag, and he doesn't care who comes to his table with a story. So let's get to another timeline of this situation. A few hours later, basically maybe an hour later, after Shannon Sharpe had given that account, right, to I had done that video, right, the lawyers of Shannon Sharpe said they offered the accuser at least $10 million. By the way, the lawyer is Lenny J. Davis. Offered the Jane Doe, we all know her name now, Gabriela Gonzaga, at least $10 million to close out the case before it went public. So this was happening, right, within the past few months behind the scenes. In other words, all of this was part of a negotiation behind the scenes. And I believe one of the negotiation tactics by Busby and this woman was to make it public. Why? Very simple. To tarnish and ruin the reputation of Shannon Sharpe and ruin future earnings and current earnings, which I'm gonna be 100% real. He's gonna lose a lot of money, man. He's gonna lose a lot of money, and I'm gonna say something that might be shocking. He's gonna lose a lot of money in the short term. I believe that they're either gonna settle this, or if I see a window where if Shannon's team is able to sue and countersue, they might get this drop. But I'm saying Shannon Sharpe from henceforth is going to lose a lot of money in lawyer fees. He might be suspended from ESPN. I don't think he'll be dropped. I think he's just so viral right now. He's not going to be dropped. I think he's going to be suspended. I think they're going to quietly take him off air for ESPN, right? But he'll still have nightcap. I think he should continue to do his sports work. And what he should have done was been quiet about it and absolutely ignored it. You know who did that? Joy Taylor. You know who else did that? Skip Bayless. Have you guys heard more about their lawsuit? No, because they kept their mouth shut. So the more Shannon, the video was not a good idea in my opinion. I believe him keeping his mouth shut and letting the news cycle do the news cycle and then disappear after, and then this blows down. That's the best way to handle it. Let it happen in the courts. I think that this is potentially a shakedown, potentially an extortion attempt. But brother, you put yourself in that case with a 21-year-old OnlyFans model, bro. God damn, what the hell? What the helly? My God. God damn. Anyways, man. Let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments, man. Like, comment, sub. What the helly? Man, let's pray for Unc. Or maybe let's pray for Unc, because he might be a super freaky assaulting fraud, man. I'm out, y'all. Crazy.